11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Welcome to Mexico City. Population over 21 million in the metro. You can get lost in this town, and we plan to get lost in this mega matchup today between the 5-2 Baltimore Vultures and the 5-2 Mexico City Aztecs. Alongside Ike McBride and Ben Warner on stats, Gerald Giudice is on analysis, and I am play-by-play commentator Cameron Irvine. Gerald, how are you? And what's on tap today?
I'm doing well, Cam. We have a epic matchup today of two very evenly matched teams. Both of these teams have a plus-minus point-wise of 40, relatively the same offensively and defensively. I think the big key of this game is going to be number 9, the quarterback for the Baltimore Vultures, Jack Wigmore, coming into his second game, replacing the Hall of Famer Mike Dazzo. Let's see if Mexico City's defense, their front four, having multiple sacks on all 4 linemen and 3 pass deflections, can really get in the head of Jack Wigmore today.
Baltimore will call the toss as tails, wearing all white today. Mexico City in the home green uniforms. Mexico City wins the toss, and they will defer to the second half, and kickoff is coming up next. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Mexico City, where today the 5-2 Vultures and the 5-2 Aztecs will get things going. The third of a Sunday triple header. Cole Varner kicks it. We're underway. And from 3 yards deep in the end zone, Giovanni Bolt spins away from a couple of tacklers and then banged down at the 22-yard line. And will get Jack Wigmore's first snap of the football on the road in his young career.
Yeah, Jack Wigmore had a fantastic opening game of his career. 29 of 40 for 285, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks with a QBR of 96.4. What a great way to start your career.
First down and 10 at the 22-yard line, and out of the eye, the handoff goes to T. Roy Gaines, and Gaines picks up 4 yards. This Baltimore offense, along with Gaines and Wigmore, includes a trio of talented receivers, including Ivory Irvin, number 10, Daley Holder, number 87, and Mac Chima, number 88. A couple of tight ends, Lloyd Graham Jr., a receiving tight end, Jay Hayden, more of a blocking tight end in this offensive scheme. And you'll also want to keep your eye out on the offensive front for some stellar blocking as Wigmore's pass is caught. There's a flag. Irvin makes the catch for the first down, and this penalty will be wiped away. Vultures will take the yards.
Yeah, he's talking about talented wide receivers. The talented one of the bunch is Mr. Ivory Irvin, number 10, with that catch. Coming in, leading the team in catches in 75 and yards at 716. So he's definitely going to be, I think, the safety blanket for Jack Wigmore here in the future.
Mexico City's defense includes a talented quad of defensive linemen, Brock Lee, Skylar Kingsley, the defensive ends, Scott Stover, Andre Krim, the defensive tackles, linebackers KT Horrell and Dexter Jackson, an underrated unit. Corners, Greg Gaines, Jack Napier, and Han Tayumi are trying to stop Gaines, but Gaines gets around the corner all the way to the Aztec 38-yard line. Banged out of bounds by Jeffrey Daggs and company, but not before Gaines moves the chains in a big way.
You see T-Roy Gaines are going on the outside. You got some great blocking there, and you got a lead blocker there from number 72, Vincent. But as soon as T-Roy got that corner, he was off to the races. Great gang tackle there by Jeffrey Daggs, but a big gain for T-Roy Gaines.
An early major scamper there for T-Roy Gaines, a 24-yard pickup. Gives Baltimore a first down to the Mexico City 38-yard line. 8 in the box for the Aztecs. Irvin at the bottom of the screen. Handoff to Gaines against a stack box, and he's roughed up for no gain. Didn't get a chance to mention some talented safeties. Jeffrey Daggs, number 44. Matthew Lee, number 43 at free and strong, respectively. Kingsley on the tackle, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Matthew Lee coming in here, the leading tackler on this team as a rookie with 61 tackles. So he's been hitting receivers and running backs alike.
Wigmore fires it out to Gaines, and Gaines will pick up 5. 3rd down and 4 coming up at the Aztec 33, or 2 minutes into the ball game.
I like them getting T-Roy Gaines involved in the offense here. He has 11 touchdowns total for the year, and very evenly, 6 on the rushing end and 5 on the receiving end, second most by any running back, just behind BDG Hollywood.
3rd and 4 at the 33. Gaines, sidecar left to Wigmore. Wigmore will fire it outside. That's caught for no. They said he's short of the first down. That could be worth the challenge. Mac Chima on the catch.
It looked like Chima was beyond the sticks there. We got to see if the coach decides to throw the red hanky out here. If not, it's a sure field goal. But if I was,
wow,
I would challenge that call.
Instead, the offense is on the field. Do they snap the football here? 4th down and inches at the Aztec 29-yard line. Mexico City's jumped once here today. They call this timeout. I don't think that they can pull a challenge out. And Baltimore ends up calling the timeout, trying to get Mexico City to jump off sides, and maybe a missed opportunity there to call a challenge. But Baltimore appears to have to settle for 3 on their opening drive.
A definite questionable coaching there, not throwing the flag. I thought he was barely across the line again, but he was there, wasting a timeout. I think they made a mistake there, like you said, missed out on possible first down. They're going to come up here with Shark trying to kick a field goal.
I got to say, I love these Vultures away uniforms. They look really sharp here today, as does Mexico City. This is a 46-yarder for Tarkington, right in the middle of the field, and that field goal is up and good with plenty of distance officially from 45 yards away, and the Vultures get points on the board on their first drive of the afternoon.
Tarkington increasing his perfection for the season, now 19 of 19. Came into this game tied for second with attempts and made. Now is tied for the lead with the 19.
A 6-play, 53-yard drive for the Vultures. And Baltimore up on the road. Road teams an even 3-3 so far this week. Lone Star just got a 36-21 victory over Fort Worth just before we got on the air. Jeffrey Daggs on the return. Daggs up to the 21-yard line, and Jeffrey Daggs is 12 years old in his 7th SFL season. His favorite animal is the koala, and Gerald, he really does care about these koalas and has a bunch of pets.
Yes, 2 brothers, but he has 2 cats, 2 birds, and a turtle. But as you say, his favorite is the koala. His favorite animal is the koala. And every interception he gets, he donates to the Australian Koala Foundation.
That pass is caught by his father, Mike Daggs, who leads the league in receiving yards, even at tight end. First down to the 34-yard line, and Wilson's off to a good start today as well.
We have hitting Mike Daggs, can't go wrong. Coming in, as you said, as the leading receiver of 847 yards, coming in on a historic pace for a tight end.
Jeffrey Daggs just goes to show you, you don't have to be of football playing shape, at least professionally anyway, to play in the SFL. And just about anyone can participate in the league. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Wilson's pass is knocked away, and that gives us a great opportunity to introduce you to the rest of this very talented Baltimore Vulture defense, as Johnstone actually made the play from the slot. On the defensive line at the ends, Al Walker and Surin Yates IV. The tackles, Nate Brown and Tucker Lewis. Linebackers, Frank Smith, Alvin Mack, who in his first game last week had a fumble return for a touchdown along with Nolan Pierce. Corners, Marvin Himes, Ben Stackenpaper, and Austin Brigham. Safeties, Giovanni Bolton, Troy Loshaw, as Daggs gets another reception for a 7-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 3.
As you're talking about the safeties, Giovanni, you got a couple in this game. You got Giovanni Bolt, who leads the team in interceptions with 6. And as you said, this defense is a swarming, opportunistic defense.
7:18 to go in the first quarter. Baltimore trying to get off the field. Wilson perfect so far in the day, except that one pass that was knocked away by Johnstone. That reception to the other tight end, TJ Punk, moves the chains again for Mexico City.
TJ Punk with his first reception of the game. Had a touchdown in his last game on 4 receptions, 31 yards. Not used much in this offense. This is only 19th reception of the season.
The Aztec offense all passing so far. Wilson 3 for 4. Handoff to Jones. Phoenix Jones first carry picks up 3. Tackle on the tail end of the play made by Nate Brown. And Phoenix Jones is hurt on his first carry of the game. That is terrible news.
Yeah, that is a definite concern here for the Mexico City Aztecs, as he has 14 touchdowns for this career, but 5 so far for the season, 1 receiving and 4 rushing. So that could be a huge blow, having all the running going to fullback Laura Horrell.
May have fallen on his left leg there at the tail end of that, as Brown put 303 pounds of weight on him, the 7th-round pick from this last rookie draft. 2nd down and 7. Wilson fires it through the middle. That pass knocked away, intended for K.L. Barrett. LaShaw knocks the pass away to force a 3rd down. Mexico City converted their first on this drive.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting now. Is this going to be all on the arm of Matt Wilson with the possible injury to Phoenix Jones? Let's hope he can get back in this game, but it's going to be a big 3rd down here and 7 for this Aztecs offense early in this football game.
3rd down and 7 at the Vulture 46-yard line without Jones on the field. This is Wilson over the middle. Mike Daggs, 1st down to the 33-yard line. Bolt on the tackle, but another reception for a tight end. I have a feeling, Gerald, this is going to be a big theme today with not only Mike Daggs and TJ Punk on the field, but Lloyd Graham Jr. as well.
Oh, yeah, that definitely going to be throwing it to the tight ends here. If you're a tight end, you got to you'll love this game, but I think Matt Wilson, if you're going to have to put the games in the arm of a quarterback, I don't think you can have a better quarterback in this league than Matt Wilson.
Hand off to Laura Horrell, and Phoenix Jones in the chat says legs yesterday should have skipped. Series history between these two clubs. 5th consecutive season that they've met. Baltimore has won the last 3, but key, Gerald, the team that has won the turnover battle is 3-1 all time.
Yeah, it's usually turnovers in the kicking game so that they win football games. Coming into this game, Baltimore is a +8 and only turning over the ball 8 times. So they've been keeping the ball plus taking it away as well.
Wilson fires that, looking for Bartley over the middle, and quickly it's 3rd down and 10. Luckily for the Aztecs, they've been quite good on 3rd down here on their opening drive. Halfway through the quarter, Gerald, and both teams have touched the ball just once. Mexico City just on the outside of field goal range for Cole Varner.
Yeah, I think if they would have had Phoenix here, they'd probably have like a 2nd and 5 or a 3rd and 5 coming up. We got to see what Magic Wilson can pull out here.
5 in the box. Dime look here for Baltimore's defense. Wilson fires again over the middle. Oh, what a great block by Daggs. It's a touchdown for Richard Montague. Mike Daggs, even when he's not catching passes, making unbelievable plays down the field. Look at this one again.
What a throw by Wilson. What a block by Daggs. And what a reception by Montague. Watch that.
Boom.
Perfectly through 3 defenders. And Mike Daggs just pushing a defender out of the way. Free and Montague to get up in the end zone for a touchdown. Big drive to answer the field goal by Baltimore.
Wilson steps it up in the absence of Jones and goes 5 for 6 for 75 yards on the opening drive of the ball game. And with 5:41 to go in the first quarter, the Aztecs, at least for a while, breathe a sigh of relief while we wait on the injury diagnosis from the doctors on the sideline. But for now, Mexico City takes a 7-3 lead, expecting a lot of points today, a 63.5 over-under. And we've got 2 scores on our first 2 possessions this afternoon. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Welcome back to Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, 7-3. The Aztecs lead the Vultures, a battle of 2 5-2 teams, as Bolt from 4 yards deep in his end zone is a brave returner, gets it once again out to the 22, but more great kick coverage by the boys in the red helmets.
Yes, Giovanni Bolt coming in, averaging 25.6 yards per kickoff return, so he is definitely a danger, having also 5 career kickoff returns for touchdowns.
First down and 10 at the 22-yard line. 4 receivers running slants. Wigmore over the middle to Holder, nearly picks up a first down. And on the tackle at the tail end, KT Horrell, a second-round draft pick, makes the stop just before the move of the sticks.
Yeah, the 29th overall pick is coming to this game second on the team in tackles with 52. Had a good game last week with 6 tackles and 2 pass defenses and the 37-20 win over Portland.
Gaines in the backfield. Chima at the top of the screen. Handoff Gaines on a stretch play right. Gaines gets a block on the outside, and T. Roy Gaines is a first down, a 9-yard pickup, and another tackle at the end of it by Horrell along with Jeffrey Daggs. But T. Roy Gaines eating yards early, 9.3 yards a carry.
You got a stout offensive lineman, as you see, number 83, Lloyd Graham Jr. with a great seal block there on the outside to free up T. Roy Gaines. But this offensive line, averaging about 315 to 320 across the front, is definitely opening up some holes for T. Roy Gaines early in this football game.
Tight end blocks have been outstanding here by both teams so far. First and 10 at the 41-yard line as Wigmore will flip it over to Irvin, and Irvin will pick up 7 yards. So we saw T. Roy Gaines actually check that. We've got the report that a pinched back nerve for Phoenix Jones, likely to keep him out the rest of the day. Now, we've seen some players come back from injuries, try to put the team on their back, but hard to do that when you have a pinched nerve back there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to carry a team on your back when your back is hurting.
Second down and 3 at the Vulture 48-yard line for Wigmore. 7 in the box. Mexico City showing pressure. They back off. Rush 4. Wigmore going long. Overthrew. Ivory Irvin picked up by Hunt Tayumi. That's his 7th of the season. Tayumi almost back to the original line of scrimmage. The Vulture 49-yard line.
Big play for Taimi there. This Mexico City defense. Wigmore trying to go deep, really for the first time all game, underthrows, as you called correctly. Ivory Irvin, big turnover right here. And let's see if Mexico City can put some points on the board. Going back to Baltimore's first drive, I think that non-challenge is going to really hurt them in this football game.
Yeah, you never know, especially against a very strong team like the Aztecs, who, interestingly enough, have been tripped up by a couple of teams that are 500 or sub 500. As that's the backup running back Wayne Brewski coming in place of Phoenix Jones, picks up 1. But Mexico City's 2 losses this season to Houston, who's 3-5, and then to St. Louis, who's 4-4. Now, I don't say that to say that those teams are slouches, but the Aztecs, not normally known for a team to lose to teams with worse records than they have, and we'll touch more on that in a minute. 2nd down and 9 at the Vulture 48-yard line. Wilson back to pass, and Wilson fires it over the middle off the back of the defender Loshaw, and the pass is incomplete to bring up 3rd down and 9, pass intended for Punk. So, Gerald, what do you think about Mexico City's sort of up and down, mostly up season so far?
Well, definitely mostly up with a 5-2 record, but I think the biggest key in those losses are the turnovers, because right now they are dead even in turnovers. They turned over the ball 15 times offensively, and that's not a good way to win football games. Lucky to be 5-2, to be honest with you.
3rd down and 9 at the Vulture 48-yard line. Back to pass as Wilson fires it again. It should have been picked off. And Wilson has been looking, especially on this drive here, on that little short slant up the middle, and Baltimore's got their slot corners all over it. Johnstone on the left side and Stack and Paper on the right side, and that forces the first punt of the day.
Yeah, both Stack and Paper and Loshaw had great chances for interception right there. Ball falling, luckily for Mexico City, harmlessly to the turf. Bringing up a punt here. Let's see if they can pin him deep here and rely on that Mexico City defense once again.
That punt is away, and Bolt stands at his 13-yard line and gets the ball up to the 17 for a new fresh set of downs for the Vultures. And this game means a lot. Why? Because these 2 teams are tops in the standings, and both looking for a key victory here today. 4th and 5th, as a new logjam is forming at 4-4, as a few teams have won over the weekend so far that we're at 3-4. 1st and 10 at the 17 for Wigmore. Long pass down the field, tipped up in the air and incomplete. That was Daggs defending Graham Jr. down the field. A tough matchup for Jeffrey Daggs, but he comes out of it with flying colors. 2nd down.
Comes out definitely out of the flying colors. Great pass deflection right there. And this game could be huge for tiebreaker implications coming down the stretch, especially with the last 4 games for each of these clubs, as I'll get to after this play.
2nd down and 10 at the Vultures 17-yard line. Both quarterbacks have actually gone a little cold here recently as the secondaries have tightened up. Wigmore straight back, fires it outside. That's the fullback, and the fullback picks up 4. That's Jordan Mitchell. Every time I look up, Jeffrey Daggs is in the picture. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, he's definitely around the ball. And coming back to this being a key game, Baltimore's rest of the season, their teams are 14-16, while Mexico City's is 13-17. So they pretty have an even schedule coming down the stretch here.
Wigmore, pass caught by Irvin. That moves the change for 1st down to the 32. That's Tayumi's number, and he made the tackle. Yeah, both teams could have worse ends to their schedule, to your point, Gerald. And so a win here could mean the difference of playing a game at home or a game on the road in the quarters.
Oh, definitely. And you definitely want to have the home field advantage when you're in the playoffs.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wigmore's got 2 in the backfield. Drops back to pass. Deep drop back. Fires outside. Pass just got there to Lloyd Graham Jr. right at the sticks for a 1st down. Tackle made by Jack Napier, but that ball just had enough steam off of Wigmore's arm to get to his big tight end.
Great throw there. I like getting these little short passes again here. Try to get Wigmore's confidence back up. Even though he did try to overthrow, he was going to just underthrow that one to Irvin deep. these little short passes getting his confidence back up.
8 in the box and a sack. First to get there was Brock Lee, and then Scott Stover came in and cleaned it up as Lee stares down at Wigmore and says, "Welcome to the SFL, rookie."
Yes, Brock Lee coming up with a great swim move there. Number 67, McClintock there, then help with us with, like you said, with Stover and coming in. So big sacks. This defensive line, everybody has at least 2 sacks on this defensive line coming in.
First sack by either team, and it really has been a very efficient bunch up front for the Aztecs. Deep ball, Wigmore knocked away at the last second. Perfect coverage down the field by Napier defending Holder as he swatted it down for 3rd and 14. Another look.
Jack Napier coming up with a big play. You see a laser coming down the field, and that was just out of the reach of Holder. As you see Napier that come back. Actually, Napier actually ran that route a little bit better than the tight end there. But let's see what happens here on 3rd and long.
May have bumped him just a bit, but Holder at the end of the play looks at his hands and goes, "Where's the football?" 3rd and long. Crowd chanting defense. Loud crowd here in Mexico as always. Aztecs a staple in the SFL, as is Baltimore, as Wigmore fires an outside pass. It's incomplete, looking for Holder. More defense, Gerald, after 2 possessions, 2 scores early. We have seen these defensive units step it up.
Maybe since you mentioned that 63.5 over runner, both defensive coordinators said, "Oh, really? Okay." So now, like I said, it's a great defensive battle. They're both going back and forth here. Let's see about this punt. Let's see where Mexico City will take the ball over.
Punter for Baltimore is Pablo Gates. Return man Jeffrey Daggs for the Aztecs. Punt is away. Daggs on the return from the 18. Daggs with a spin. Stacking Paper makes the stop at the 26-yard line. Stacking Paper, a first-round pick, picked 15th overall. Back out comes Matt Wilson's offense. Struggled a bit on the last drive without Jones.
Yeah, it's going to be the Matt Wilson show, I believe, from here on out. Needs to protect the football here. Through a couple questionable throws there in their last drive. Let's see if he can settle down and get this ball moving.
Handoff, Laura Horrell, the fullback, gets a solid 4 yards right up the gut. And it's the first time we get to mention Alvin Mack's name today besides going through the lineups. Nice stop.
Laura Horrell can definitely carry the football here. Ran the ball 32 times so far, but coming into this game, I think she is going to be the wild card here in this offense.
Yeah, she's a sneaky good receiving threat as well. 2nd down and 6, Wilson against a blitz. Blitz picked up just enough time to complete the pass to K.L. Barrett for a first down. The 46-yard line. That just almost got there.
Look at Wilson just standing in the pocket, knowing that here comes big number 99, Zeron Yates the 4th. Know he's going to get hit. Got rid of the ball just in the nick of time. And now Baltimore is going to use their challenge.
And that's surprising because this one looks a lot more clear-cut, at least initially, than that first down spot. Let's get a look.
I mean, look at this hit that Matt Wilson just takes right, shoulder pad right in the gut. Oh, there's not even a question. That's a catch, easy. But I could give Matt Wilson credit for staying in the pocket as long as he did.
Whoa, they overturned the call.
Oh,
They must have said that Barrett did not have complete control when he got that first foot down, and Baltimore wins the challenge to set up a 3rd down and 6. No home cooking on that call.
Wow. I thought that left foot was down when he made the catch, but evidently he was juggling the football going toward the sideline. So R62 coming to the forefront again.
Wilson on 3rd down and 6 again tried to throw it over the middle. Frank Smith, and Baltimore is ready for that slants play here today. And Gerald, I don't know how many times I'm gonna see teams play life and death with the slants, but so far Baltimore is winning that battle for the most part today, although a great block from Mike Daggs on a previous play sprung a touchdown.
Yeah, you got Frank Smith there. is team leading 10th pass deflection, also tied for the team lead in tackles with Troy Loshaw for 54. So big defensive stop there for Baltimore.
Frank Smith, an undrafted free agent, super impressive on this Vultures defense. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Jack Wigmore and this Vulture offense back out on the field when we come back to Mexico. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, it's the Baltimore Vultures 3 and the Mexico City Aztecs 7. Don't go anywhere. Start of the second quarter alongside Gerald Giudice. I'm Cameron Irvine. Ike McBride and Benjamin Warner are on statistics today, keeping track of all the action for us play-by-play as T. Roy Gaines takes the handoff and picks up 1 yard. Gaines up to 7.6 yards per carry, as long of 25 earlier today. Got Baltimore in field position to get a field goal. T. Roy Gaines, 11 total touchdowns this season on 177 touches. That's 1 touchdown per 16 touches, Gerald.
Yeah, a third in the SFL, just behind Jared McChesney, who has 14.3, and BDG Hollywood at 15.7.
And off the Gaines again will set up a 3rd down and short at the Vulture 43-yard line.
I'd like to see Baltimore's offense. I'd love to see him do a little bit more play action with T. Roy Gaines, hopefully opening up some more holes for Irvin Holder and Chima, along with the tight end Graham Jr.
3rd down and 3 at the 43 for the team that has 3 points. Number 33, T. Roy Gaines, gets the carry, and he's 1 yard shy. A 1st down saving tackle made by Dexter Jackson, and both defenses, surprisingly enough, continue to impress.
Both defenses have come to play, as Mexico City's defense giving up 384.1 yards in the bottom 5 of that statistic, and surprisingly, the Baltimore Vultures are the worst team in the league, giving up 416.4 yards a game defensively.
91 yards of offense for Baltimore, 82 for Mexico City, so it's no surprise that these two teams are pretty even. Look at those statistics, the same point differential coming in, and almost identical in yards and points offensively.
Yes, it's amazing how similar they were. Mexico City had 223 points coming in, Baltimore 220. Mexico City gave up 183, Baltimore gave up 180, so it's a 3-point swing either way. but both these defenses have come to play.
First down and 10 at the 22. Wilson again trying to fire a slant. And once more, the strong safety, Troy LaShaw, who's playing up on the line a little bit more than we're used to seeing him today, knocks that away, and Wilson has 5 straight incompletions since that opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, he's having some struggles here. The slant was working good for them early, but Baltimore has made the adjustment. Let's see what they can do. Let's throw some more outs or get some more touches to Laura Horrell here.
Watch Mike Daggs on the left-hand side of the line here, closest to the bottom of the screen. Handoff up the middle goes to Brewski, and Brewski won't be able to pick up anything. 2 carries, 1 yard for Brewski since Jones went out, and another very difficult third down and 10. The Aztecs also 0 for 3 on third down since starting 2 for 2.
Frank Smith coming up there with the big hit. As you see, they're going an empty backfield here for Mexico City on this 3rd and long.
Third down and 10. Slants again. Daggs short of the first down. Troy LaShaw once more saves the play. And how many 4th and 1s and 4th and inches have we seen so far today, Gerald? I think that's 3, and it's another 4th down.
I think it's 3 on at least 3 of the last 4 drives here. Coming up, bend don't break defenses here, coming up with another punt. And I'll tell you what, with these returners of Giovanni Bolton, Jeffrey Daggs, who have combined 5 punt return touchdowns, you don't want to put the ball in their hands too many times here in the return game.
Yeah, Bolton Daggs, incredibly dangerous, as Bolt on the return from the 29 will get away from 1 and then is cut down at the 35-yard line with 8:12 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Bolt averaging 6 yards of punt return, which is actually pretty good for the SFL. It's usually like a 3 or a 4. Speaking of 3, that's what Daggs is returning for punts. But yeah, this is definitely a defensive battle here. Surprisingly, in this game, I'm impressed with both defenses.
High formation, Wigmore fires it outside. That's Lloyd Graham Jr., who breaks off a tackle, gets the first down to the 45-yard line. Napier with another stop, but Lloyd Graham Jr. continues to be a factor. Nice little misdirection as most of that play going out to the left side.
Yeah, definite misdirection there. Great call by the Baltimore offensive coordinator. I think they're seeing that there's more. Both defenses are really playing the slants really well. A nice little out route there to Lloyd Graham Jr. Gets a gain of 10 on the first down.
Wigmore with gains in the backfield on a quick stop and drop, picks up 4 to Ivory Irvin. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turn players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit www.simulationfl.net for more information as Irvin makes the catch, Tayumi makes the tackle, and it sets up a 3rd down and 2 for the Vultures, their 5th third down attempt of the day.
I like the play call. Do a nice little shallow end to Irvin on first down, and then hit Irvin on the out toward the sidelines on the 2nd down, bringing up a 3rd and short. The whole playbook's open here. I think you got to get the ball in the hands of T-Roy Gaines right here for Baltimore.
Space at the bottom of the screen. They run right there. Lloyd Graham Jr. with the first down of the 40. I was just about to point out, Gerald, before they snapped the football, that Mexico City providing a ton of cushion there on that strong side, and Lloyd Graham runs right into the empty gap in the zone.
Great look there by Wigmore. I think that was going to be a swing pass going to T-Roy, but like you said, great look by Lloyd Graham Jr. to find the open hole.
And off to T-Roy, he picks up 5. Wigmore steady now, 9 of 12 for 70 yards. Picked up last week after the sudden retirement of Mike and Joe Dazzo. They've been in the league for a very long time, and we wish them and their family all the best. It's a crazy world out there, Gerald, but they've been in plenty of Mexico City and Baltimore battles over the year. And Wigmore, a high school student himself, trying to take the reins and the responsibility as Gaines picks up a couple. Nice hit by Jackson. Check that. Horrell at the end of that play will set up yet another 3rd down, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, I asked the head coach about the Dazzo's sudden retirement, and they said they've been there since season 3, and they will be missed. They brought a great enthusiasm to the game, but they're also saying that we have rookies here that's going to make an impact as well.
Dazzo goes down, or excuse me, Wigmore goes down. We really should not confuse them here as Skylar Kingsley gets the sack, but more importantly, outside of field goal range now for Baltimore, Kingsley comes all the way around the other side to sack Wigmore from behind, and Gates will have to punt it away.
That'll put everybody on that defensive line now with 3 sacks on the season at least, with that single sack there by Kingsley and the halves by Stover and Brock Lee.
Both teams scored on their opening drives. Dags from the 13 gets nothing, and the defenses are rolling. 4:47 to go in the first half, a battle of 2 of the top teams in the Simulation Football League's 15th season rolls on in a moment. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fans. .447 to go in the first half, a 7-3 tight context. Mexico City up despite Phoenix Jones being out with a pinched nerve in his back. Their star running back, that pass is caught by Barrett for a pickup of 7. He darts out of bounds before Himes can get a hand on him.
Yeah, going back to the matchups between these two teams like to put up a lot of points up combined. Season 14, they combined for 50. Season 13, they combined for 70. Season 11, they combined for 60 again. So this 7-3 is really an anomaly for these two teams in their history.
Plenty of game left, 4.5 to go. Wilson fires it over the middle. Oh, a diving play, and he kept the play alive for Bolt to get the interception. Marvin Johnstone's effort allowed the ball to hang up in the air a little while longer. A phenomenal play.
Definitely the tip drill work in there. You see the ball tipped up in the air. And again, Giovanni Bolt there, Johnny on the spot with his 7th interception of the season, his 39th of his career. And Matt Wilson needs to get away from that slant call.
The Vultures defense is on another level right now, but the team's still trailing. Wigmore looking for somebody to get open, and a sack from behind. Again, this time it's Andre Krim, loss of 1.
Andre Krim with the sack, but that's on Wigmore. Wigmore has got to get rid of the football, has got to feel the pressure around him. You can't hold the ball for this long, especially on this defensive front with everybody having 3 sacks. You got to get rid of the football.
4 receivers, 3 to the top of the screen, far side left. Wigmore to throw. Now Baltimore runs some slants, and that pass is caught. That's the slot man, DeAndre Fields. And Baltimore's reserves playing impeccable football here in the first half. 3rd and short.
Yeah, it's definitely 3rd and short here. Let's see what Baltimore does here. You have so many options. I'd like to see maybe even a Lloyd Graham little out route like they had before on the 3rd and short.
Out to Gaines. Gaines been quiet, and he's all alone. Mexico City not ready for that. First down to the 15-yard line. Vultures in the red zone with 3:23 to go in the first half.
And Taimi coming up there with the tackle, but how do you leave T-Roy Gaines that wide open on 3rd and inches? There's definitely some miscommunication there on the defense. Let's see if they can gather themselves up and hold them to 3.
This Aztec defense is bend but do not break. Both teams have a pick today, so the turnover differential is even. Offside doesn't matter. Gaines gains 6 points for the Vultures on a touchdown.
Goes to the end zone. What a run there by Gaines. We see the offside call, which will definitely be turned down. But what a run. Look at that. You have Vincent out there. You have McClintock and Barnett just stalwarts on that offensive line, giving him room to get to the outside and taking it to the end zone for 6, cashing in on that turnover.
And Hall 45-431 in the chat asks who won the Lone Star Fort Worth game. Lone Star did, 36-21. Also, Arizona defeated Atlanta earlier today, 19-10 on a safety down the stretch in the ball game. And if you want to chat with owners, coaches, and players in the FTF Next Twitch chat at twitch.tv/FTF Next, you can do so all game long to meet the players you're watching on screen today. Get involved, witness the passion of the community, and follow along with all the action amongst the most dedicated SFL players. The FTF Next Twitch chat at twitch.tv/FTF Next. As Tarkington kicks the ball away, Dags 2 yards deep in the end zone will return it past the 20. Almost broke away to the 25-yard line. And Gerald, it took T-Roy 11 touches to score a touchdown. Average 16 coming in. Look at these next level stats. Great job, Gerald. Jared McChesney, number 1, 14.3.
SG McChesney there, 14.3, and then BDG Hollywood, 15.7. Gaines coming in at 16.1. And you're probably asking yourself, where is Logan Jack on that screen with all the touches that he gets? Believe it or not, he is in the lower third of that stat.
Wilson's pass is caught by Barrett. First down to the 43. That's a pickup of 18 yards, and that's Matt Wilson's first completion since the opening drive of the game for Mexico City.
Yeah, KL Barrett there runs out there, still throwing the slant route, and the ball was just about overthrown. Complete full extension there by KL Barrett to bring in the pass, bringing up a new set of downs for this Aztec offense.
It's worth noting that the T-Roy Gaines career numbers are 1 for every 22 touches, so he is having quite possibly his best season of his career, as that run inside won't get anything. Brewski struggling since Jones got there. And Kristen on Twitter says, I just discovered at Simulationfl, and I have to say, it's kind of scratching the football itch. Hashtag from couch to field. And she is a Bills fan. Queen City, our Buffalo team, plays tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. The Corsairs host the Sioux Falls Sparrows. But for now, we've reached the 2-minute warning here in Mexico City. Baltimore has a 10-7 lead. We hope Kristen and many others keep watching as we roll on to halftime in the second half. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Be right back. Second down and 10 at the 44-yard line for Mexico City. Welcome back to the great country of Mexico, as Mike Dags, the intended target on that one, cannot haul it in. Brings up third down and 10. Actually, may have been Montague. He was at least in the area. Third down for the Aztecs here.
They went back to that play earlier that scored them their touchdown when Montague basically ran a slant going in. Dag ran a slant coming out. Montague got the pass, and then Dag threw that heck of a block to spring him, bringing up a 3rd and 10 as that ball fell to the turf.
3rd down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Again, throwing over the middle. The pass is caught, and it's just shy of the 1st down again. Mike Daggs, if Wilson could just hold the ball for a split second longer, Daggs could get the 1st down, but at the same time, Gerald, that could result in a pick. Baltimore playing it extremely tight, and it's another punt for Mexico City.
Yeah, this defense here for Baltimore has been...
It's a fake punt!
Oh, it's a fake.
Mexico City's got to throw it. Can he get anybody open? He's going to be sacked in the backfield. That's a sack for Frank Zimmerman. And how often do you see a guard get a sack in football? Unbelievable.
Attaboy, Frank Zimmerman there. Definitely a big guy moment there in the SFL. I have no idea what the punter was doing there. Mr. Johnny Lindstrom, if you're not going to throw it, you need to kick it, because right now 5 yards gets them in field goal range and puts them down at least a bigger score than a field goal.
Johnny Lindstrom now probably on the sideline with Phoenix Jones with a pinched nerve after Zimmerman throws him down to the ground. T-Roy on a swing and picks up 3 to the Aztec 34-yard line. They're in field goal range. And what do you think about the call, Gerald? I didn't think it was a terrible time to do that, considering it caught everybody by surprise, but poorly executed.
Yeah, including us. We never thought that they would do that, but
Wigmore is sacked. Andre Krim. It is grim for Wigmore right now. Another loss out of field goal range.
That's the 2nd time he was sacked and put him out of field goal range. This time he does a play to gain some of that yardage back. I don't think he had any time as that defensive line just pushed that O-line back in his face. And I don't think he saw Krim coming.
3rd down and 9. Mexico City's defensive front is rolling now. 4 sacks in the first half. Wigmore straight in the pocket. The pocket evaporates, and it's caught by Chima to the 22-yard line. That was unbelievable, Gerald. The sea parts and Wigmore standing there all on his own.
But look at that. Just poise in the pocket for this. A 2nd game rookie. Not like a 10-season veteran like Wilson. A 2-game rookie standing there, the pocket parted like the Red Sea, and there stood Wigmore throwing the football to Chima. What a throw.
They haven't had a great blocking much of the day today for Wigmore, so got to give credit where credit's due there. Wigmore pass is a little bit out ahead of Chima, as a little bit of a happy foot throw there in the pocket for Jack Wigmore after all this pressure.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to have to look like a happy feet throw there. But just getting back to that throw by Wigmore. What poise, just amazing. He's showing up today, 13-17 for $103.
2nd down and 10 at the 22-yard line. Baltimore just has to be careful they don't turn the football over and try to get some points out of this drive. Wigmore going long to the end zone. The pass is knocked away and incomplete. Looking for Daly Holder. 3rd down and 10 stops the clock. These two teams surprisingly pretty inefficient on 3rd down, particularly Mexico City. Baltimore 4 for 8, but already 9 third downs in the opening half.
Yeah, and you see Jeffrey Daggs just all around the football again with his 2nd pass deflection of the game, bringing up a 3rd and 10. I like to do something across the middle of the field here in case you don't get the 1st down.
Dazzo's pass caught by Chima to the 7. No huddle here. Baltimore only has 1 timeout because of that timeout they took earlier in the half. As Wigmore gets set, 32 seconds to go. 7 yards from the end zone, down to 30. Wigmore staying calm. Baltimore running slants. One-handed catch by Daly Holder, who lives up to his namesake and holds on to the football for a touchdown.
Daly Holder with an amazing grab. Watch this right across the center of your screen. One-handed in the air, right in front of Jeffrey Daggs. And another great drive here by Baltimore. This rookie has come to play. This whole Baltimore team has come to play today.
Vultures turn the fake punt into 7 points just before the break. And Tarkington's extra point is up and good. 17-7. It's interesting. Zimmerman is also the long snapper for Baltimore. So he's been involved on long snapping. He's obviously on the front lines on offense. And then he got that sack on the fake punt. Great game for Frank Zimmerman.
Yeah, the number 74, a guard coming up huge in this first half for Baltimore. I like to say with the fake punt from Mexico City, why would you not try to run the football with Laura Horrell? I get it that you wanted to surprise them, but you gave them absolutely amazing field position when you could have just had them at midfield.
I'm with you there. Jeffrey Daggs on the return. Download CrowdPlay, our new partner for 2020, and play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions for a chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool. Your next chance to win is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, when the Charleston Predators host the Denver Nightwings, the league's second place team right now after Louisiana got the win yesterday. Visit crowdplayapp.com for more information, as Mexico City just wants to get out of this half. Only down 10 after the second quarter kind of fell apart on them there late. Baltimore has a 17-7 lead on the road as we head to the midway points. Gerald, what stands out to you from the first half?
The play by Jack Wigmore, 15 of 20 for 125 yards. That touchdown to Daley Holder is outperforming the 10-season vet Matt Wilson. Another thing that's really surprising me are the way these defenses have played, especially Baltimore, holding Mexico City to 2 of 7 on third down, 28.6 percentage rate there. Both teams only have one turnover. You have the mixed fake punt there by Mexico City that really, believe it or not, is actually going to be a big key in this game. Having them drive for the touchdown on that missed fake punt there, but you saw the touchdown there from Matt Wilson to Richard Montague there, and then you have the interception here by Tayumi. But other than that, really the big plays have all gone Baltimore's way. Little Mo is definitely wearing a white jersey right now with the red numbers. So I think they need to get more. You have to maybe run some more play action passes. You're going to have to get the running game going if you're Mexico City somehow, some way, to give Matt Wilson some extra time to throw. Because after that first series, I think he was 3 of 10 with an interception. So you need to find a way to open up some holes for Matt Wilson to throw to, or this could be a long game for the Mexico City offense.
Yeah, I had to double check that there when you said that, Gerald. 3 for 10 with a pick, but you're right. That were his stats after the opening drive. And if Phoenix Jones is going to miss the remainder of this game, Wilson's got to find something different in the route tree. Guy that's been kind of quiet, even for him today. Mike Daggs, 4 catches, 41 yards, which is 5 targets. They're going to need more out of him today.
And no catches and only 1 target for Jason Bartley coming in, who came in this game with only 22. But you have to get all your receivers to focus on one. Loshaw and Stack Your Paper have been focusing on Mike Daggs, and Matt Wilson could have easily had 2 or 3 interceptions in the first half.
Ike McBride and Benjamin Warner are statisticians. Gerald Giudice providing spectacular analysis. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, and we're underway here in the second half from Mexico City. Good news for the Aztecs as they do get the ball to start the second half, and Daggs returns the ball up to the 23-yard line. We talked about turnovers a lot in the first half, Gerald, and that's because it means a lot to these two teams. Since season 11, Baltimore is plus 30 in turnover differential. Mexico City is plus 36. They're even today, but remember, usually the winner of the turnover battle in this matchup wins the game.
Yeah, look at those. Those are incredible statistics there. Plus 36 and plus 30. Even though it doesn't go down as a turnover, the missed fake punt basically ends up being a turnover.
Good point. Yeah, Laura Horrell on the run. Brigham with the takedown. That's Horrell's third carry. She has 7 yards. She's going to be important here, Gerald, because they got to keep some balance.
Yeah, they definitely got to keep some. They got to keep this defense guessing, because if you're just going to throw the ball all the time, the defensive line of Baltimore is just going to pin their ears back on them.
Dags lined out wide. Wilson will fire it outside. Nice read. Bartley first down. That was close on the sideline right in front of Tim Johnston. I wonder if he'll challenge that one.
Well, if they wouldn't have had that that timeout left for their challenge at that first one, but finally Bartley gets his first catch, and it wasn't a slant, it was an out route. I think they need to focus more on the sidelines, I think, on this Baltimore defense, maybe to open up that middle to throw the slants.
Young secondary for Baltimore, especially at the in the front seven and outside at corner. Not a single player on the front seven or at corner, as Dags gets his face mask pulled and still stays up. But not a single player of the corner unit or the front seven have played more than 2 seasons in the SFL. All of a sudden, very young defensive unit, and that is a personal foul, face mask. That's
a big, big penalty on Marvin Haynes there. Or Marvin Himes, I am sorry. The second year vet. Like you said, on this defense, the only 2 veterans on this defense are Tony Loshaw with 5 seasons under the belt, and the great Giovanni Bolt, who has 6. So, yeah, it's definitely a young defensive front, but they have come to play today.
Loshaw came out of retirement to help this depleted secondary. Hadn't played in a few seasons. Bolt, the only player on this defense that has been with Baltimore for more than a year's worth of playing time. 1st and 10 at the Vulture 36-yard line. This defense has been great so far today, but a mistake there by Himes. Wilson going deep down the field, tipped up in the air and incomplete. That is Bolt defending long. Mike Dags, the intended target, and Bolt wins the battle. 2nd down.
Speaking of Giovanni Bolt, they're coming up with a huge pass deflection right there. If you look on this defense, there are 3 players on this defense that were picked up either in week 6 or week 7 on this defense, and they're playing lights out. That's credit to Baltimore Vultures defensive staff.
2nd down and 10. Wilson in trouble and goes down for the sack. That's Tucker Lewis in the backfield. One of the handful of players, I should say, that returned from last season's team defensively, and Lewis roughs up the center.
Unbelievable play there. Coming in, leading the team in sacks with 6.5 and 10 tackles for loss. Comes up with a humongous sack there to bring up this 3rd and long situation.
It was actually guard Stu McKenzie that got beat on that play. 3rd down and 16. Another sack that results in a team being outside field goal range, and that play is knocked around and incomplete. Mexico City has no answer for 3rd and long, and the Aztecs will have to punt after that personal foul face mask penalty put them in field goal range.
Unbelievable. The Baltimore defense stepped up after that face mask penalty, and we're going to come and see we're going to see another fake, but I don't think after the last one they're going to fake this one. I think they're going to try to pin them inside the 5 here. Well, let's see what happens.
That would be a disaster. And when coming into this game, we expected to be talking heavily about Mexico City's, as that will roll into the end zone, Mexico City's defensive front. It's Baltimore's defensive front that has been outstanding. Yates the 4th, Brown, and Lewis all applying some heavy pressure here early on.
Yeah, as we said, the front 4 from Mexico City all have at least 3 sacks this season. Only 2 of the 4 Baltimore Vultures front 4 have sacks, and it's both on the defensive tackles. None of the ends have a sack.
Two in the backfield for Wigmore. And Wigmore on his first possession of the second half gets it knocked away. What a game for KT Horrell as she gets the deflection. Irvin, for the first time, not able to connect on a Wigmore throw.
Yeah, well, great presence there by KT Horrell, just reading the eyes of the rookie, knowing that he was going to go after Ivory Irvin, steps in front of that pass to break it up.
Wigmore 15 of 21 for 125 yards today, leading receivers Irvin with 35 yards. Wigmore fires it outside, one-handed grab on a little wobbler as Graham collects it to set up a 3rd down and 4. And my question to you, Gerald, is where's T-Roy Gaines? They just have kind of gone away from him a little bit.
I think they have gone away from him a little bit, but I think they were focusing on him so much, even though he was averaging 7.6 yards a carry. Maybe they're just resting him, seeing what happened to Phoenix Jones. I'm not sure.
Well, Mexico City keeps stacking this box, but T-Roy says, I don't care. A 5-yard pickup. He needed 4 and gets a 1st down. Nice run from Gaines up the gut, 73 yards on 10 carries.
He just said, Cam, I'm here. Hello. I'm still in the game. I'm right here.
There.
As soon as you said his name, I knew he was going to get the football, and he gets the 1st down. Great run.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Wigmore to throw. Wigmore fires. Nice pass right over the helmet. Wigmore zips it to Mac Chima for another 1st down, a gain of 11.
Chima there going up for that ball over KT Horrell, who makes the stop. But this Baltimore offense seems to be clicking now, getting a couple runs here and there from T-Roy Gaines, opening up the middle here. I'm impressed with this drive so far.
1st down and 10 at the 42. 4-3 look out of the Aztec defense. Gaines hit, falls forward, but a nice read by Dexter Jackson in his 2nd season. Cuts down T-Roy at the 43.
Dexter Jackson coming in with the team lead, 9 tackles for loss. Almost had one there, but the power of T-Roy Gaines gains the yard and make it 2nd and 9.
6:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers, 2 to the left for Wigmore. Wigmore, clean pocket, fires it outside, caught Irvin. Irvin running a bit of a deeper out, gets into Aztec territory and gets his 6th reception of the ball game.
You have to give credit to this Baltimore offensive line as Harrison, Barnett, Zimmerman, who's had a sack, Vincent, and the center Clayton are absolutely protecting Jack Wigmore against his vaunted front 4. Them only having a couple sacks, but still giving a clean pocket for Wigmore to throw in.
It's almost like the game is flipped on its head as Gaines takes a stretch right, and Gaines can't find anywhere. A little confused about where exactly he wanted to run Napier on the tackle, but it was winning in the trenches for Mexico City early that kept that 7-3 lead for the longest time. But here late, it's Baltimore winning in the trenches on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like momentum is definitely on the side of the line of the white shirts.
Pass is caught. 7-yard pickup. Wigmore to Lloyd Graham. That's Graham's 4th reception. And Irvin's got 5. Chima's got 4. And Graham's got 4. Good balance for the Vultures.
And you throw T-Roy in there with 3. Definitely. And the targets are just as spread out. So I'm really liking the way Wigmore's playing right now.
3 receivers to the far side, right? Wigmore in trouble and pushed down at the 47-yard line, again knocking them out of field goal range. That sack provided by Brock Lee.
Brock Lee coming through there just obliterates McClintock there, bringing up a 4th down and a punting situation there. Wigmore held the football there. Didn't try to do anything fancy. Took the sack, although it knocked them out of field goal range. But he didn't throw an interception or try to force the ball in anywhere.
Gates punts it away. This is a good one. Will bounce at the 10, down all the way to the 1-yard line, and that'll set up Matt Wilson in some scary territory with a backup running back. And Laura Horrell, who has struggled to get going against this vaunted Vulture front, Vultures protecting a 17-7 advantage. We'll return to Mexico in a moment. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Don't go anywhere. First down and 10 at the 1 for the Aztecs. Down 10, cannot avoid or cannot give up a safety here. Handoff on a little trap play. What a play on the line. Nate Brown right at the line of scrimmage. Phenomenal athletic play by the 303-pounder.
Big guy, the 130th overall pick with a huge tackle right there. It looked like Hurl had a chance to go for a little bit of yards there with the lead blocker. Stopped for no gain.
Stretch play now to Brewski, and Brewski gets chopped down pretty quickly by Alvin Mack. That sets up a 3rd down and 8 at the 3. I'd look to get Mike Daggs out wide here. They got to get him out of the middle of the field where Bolt has been impressive.
Yeah, you have to get, even like on a big corner route or a post route there, he has a 4 to 6 inch height advantage on all the defensive backs. You got to try to find them.
Play action, passes caught, 1st down to Barrett. What a gutsy call on a play fake in the end zone, and Barrett gets the 1st down. Stellar coaching there by Ramos Lynn.
Ramos Lynn with a great call, because you figure the way Mexico City's been running has been offensive stagnant over the last couple drives. I think that the handoff there basically froze the linebackers and let them open for 1st down.
Wilson tried to find Daggs again on a slant. The ball popped up, actually almost caught, but the pass is incomplete. Wilson now has 12 incompletions, and I'd venture to say that about 8 of them have been short middle.
Oh, definitely. They got to get Daggs outside the numbers. Can't get them in. Most of the passes going to Daggs are in between the middle of the field and between the hash marks. They got to get him outside the numbers here to at least give him a shot at catching the football.
This Baltimore front 7, extremely talented. 4 wide here for Wilson. Out of the gun, and he flips it outside. Passes caught, broken tackle. K.L. Barrett, step it up. 1st down to the 27-yard line.
There you go, Matt Wilson. There you go, throwing it outside to K.L. Barrett. As you see the pass protection right here. Great play call there. The outside receiver breaking inside, freezing the linebacker, the free safety right there, giving him enough chance to turn upfield and break a tackle and get a 1st down.
3:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's a look at Daggs. Baltimore, one of the better teams in terms of the job they've done on him. Just 41 yards on 4 receptions. 3:25 to go in the 3rd. Tight set here. Handoff to Horrell. Laura Horrell with 9 up the gut. Easily her best run of the day. And the Aztecs need some more of that. Nice play design.
Very nice play design. But that's what happens when you decide to throw the ball to the outside. You're going to spread out the defense. You're going to give your running backs, Laura Horrell, the chance to make big gains going up the middle, opening up some holes there. Great call there, making up a 2nd and 1.
2nd down and 1 at the 36-yard line for the Aztecs. This is their best drive here in quite a while. Wilson with split backs in the gun against a blitz. Throws it outside, caught. Laura Horrell, 1st down. She didn't stay in the block. She went out into the flat. Nobody was on her. Tackle made by Brigham, but not before the move of the chains.
Yeah, Laura Hall snuck outside there. Just got through the offensive line and snuck out to the flat. Great play call here. Great offensive play call right now so far in this set of downs, in this drive for Mexico City.
First and 10 of the 42. Another handoff to Horrell and a 6-yard gain. Horrell up to 22 yards on 6 carries. Coming up tonight on the SFL's family of networks, Twitch and YouTube, Tulsa takes on Florida. Carolina visits London in a big rivalry game, and then we return to 11 Sports and FTF tomorrow night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. The Queen City Corsairs out of Buffalo take on the Sioux Falls Sparrows, and then our crowd play game of the week, Denver at Charleston, should be a great one. I will be there alongside Ramos Lynn, the owner of Mexico City, to call that game, as Matt Wilson is sacked again. Yates the fourth with his second, 3rd and 9.
Big sack there for Ciron Yates, as you see, going right around the outside of Lacoste right there. Bring up a 3rd and long situation here. We're going to see if they can continue to go to the outside the numbers with either Bartley. I would love to see them try to hit Montague here on an out route or even a post.
3rd and 9. Nope, they go middle, and the pass is incomplete. More pressure from Baltimore. This is Al Walker, the rookie signed just a couple of weeks ago, forces a punt, and the Aztecs once again have a drive that strings together a few first downs and then sputters out thanks to the pressure up front.
It seems like they move the ball maybe 10, 20 yards, and then all of a sudden you think they're going to be rolling, and Baltimore's defense just comes up big again. And they're playing right now inside the 30s. They should be trying to play it into the end zone.
Mexico City has a 32-yard drive, 55-yard drive as Bolt gets outside of the 34, a 27-yard drive, and a 41-yard drive that has resulted in nothing. No points.
Yeah, they have 51 plays to Baltimore's 40 right now. But Baltimore is clearly in control of this game here. Even a field goal right now really puts the pressure on Matt Wilson, the Mexico City offense.
First down and 10 at the 34. Wigmore will fire it out to Gaines. Gaines has a double team block and nearly gets a first down. That was Ted McClintock. We've mentioned him a few times today, handling 2 different defenders.
Yeah, McClintock is like I said, this offensive line is having a tremendous game. And you saw McClintock there holding back not only 1 but 2 Mexico City Aztec defenders and let that swing pass go to pick up 8 yards. This whole Baltimore team has been playing fantastic.
2 in the backfield now. Hand off to Gaines, following a fullback. Gaines breaks the first tackle, gets the first down. It's the best job in the trenches in terms of the offensive line, defensive line, I think, that I've seen this season, if you take out that first quarter where Wigmore was getting hit pretty hard.
Yeah, Wigmore did get hit pretty hard that first drive, but like you said, after that, it just seems like both lines, the defensive line and the offensive line, just got together and put their heads on and says, we're going to protect and we're going to hit.
Wigmore makes that look easy out to Mac Chima, but that a difficult throw on an out to the far side of the field as you get the updated quarterback numbers and a bring up of 2nd and 3.
Yeah, great throw. That is a tough throw, and Wigmore makes it look like it's a swing pass. But great. This Mexico City defense needs to find a turnover or a stop quick, or this game could be over here in the 3rd.
2nd down and 3 at the 47 as Wigmore fires it out to Gaines. Gaines has some room, but nice closing speed at the end by Tayumi to bring him down just ahead of the sticks at the 43-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Mexico City is hanging tough. They're down their starting running back, and Baltimore's beating them up front, but it's still just a 10-score game. Who's going 6-2? Find out after the break. You're watching 11 Sports and For the Fans and the Simulation Football League. Start of the fourth quarter here in Mexico City. Benjamin Warner and Ike McBride doing a great job on stats for us today. Gerald Giudicelli on analysis, and I'm Cameron Irvine. Gaines dropped behind the line. I think that's the first time we've said that all day, and that's Matthew Lee, the strong safety, coming up to make the big hit.
Matthew Lee with his 7th tackle of this football game. As you said, we haven't said many Baltimore losses on a play here since the first quarter. So they came out here in the fourth quarter hitting and see if they can continue to hit.
Second down and 11. Wigmore fires it outside. That's the fullback, and that's another hit in the backfield. Dexter Jackson. What is it about both these defenses? As soon as the offenses enter or cross the 50, they just shut it down. 3rd and 13.
Yeah, it just seems like once let's say, okay, we'll let you get to the 50, but after that, no more. And these defenses have been playing great once they've got. Oh, there's a bad penalty.
Oh, and a great throw right past the ear hole of Horrell. That'll be a first down for Mac Chima. What a dart, and who cares about the offside?
Has Mac Chima not had a big catch in this game? It seems like every catch that he does seems to be for a first down, or it's a big play, or it's to get him within striking distance of a first down. Matt Chima's having a great game. I mean, Jack Wigmore is just spreading the ball out all over the place. And it's really keeping this Mexico City's defense on its heels.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. 2 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield for Wigmore. Wigmore hands it off to Gaines. Stretch play left. Gaines looking for space, and Horrell chases him from behind. Gaines just shy of 5 yards a carry and 78 yards on the day. Makes it 2nd and 3.
Again, Vincent and McClintock on the left side of that line, just making it easy for T-Roy just to get on the outside there to make it a 2nd and 3.
3 receivers out of the eye. Wigmore, I thought he was going long. Then he stopped almost like a hot route. Throws it out to Holder to set up a 3rd down and short.
I think the secondary there rolled their coverage, and I think you're right. I think that was the hot receiver to go to Daly Holder. But a smart play by Wigmore not to force the ball into maybe double coverage.
Yeah, it looked like Mexico City was going to have that cover deep, and Wigmore smartly kind of checked out of it mid-play. 3rd down and short at the 23. Wigmore going to throw. T-Roy all alone past the 20. Takes a hard hit from Tayumi, but Baltimore in the red zone, and that clock is fading away here. Mexico City has to hold them to 3.
Definitely. If this ball gets into the paint at any time in this drive, you could say adios to the Aztecs.
3 receivers, 2 to the right. Fullback, sidecar right of Wigmore. Wigmore straight back, pressure in his face. Pass caught by Daly Holder to the 6. 1st and goal. The Vultures on another level in the second half.
It just seems like that injury to Phoenix Jones, Baltimore has just come out there and basically, not physically, but metaphorically, just punched Mexico City in the mouth to say, okay, let's see how you respond. And right now, they can't get off the canvas. They might be down for the 10 count if this gets in the end zone.
Nice pick play by Chima there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I wasn't blocking. I'm just standing here.
No, not me.
1st and goal at the 6. I formation. Wigmore fires it short. Irvin caught on a underneath route. Picks up 2. Nice tackle there in the trenches by Lee once again. Clock keeps melting away. 4 yards away from pay dirt.
Yeah, Lee not taking him high. Definitely going low and getting the feet out from under him so he couldn't turn and use that power going upfield. Great smart tackle there by Matthew Lee.
Here's Gaines. That's Tayumi, top of the screen. Got to defend it. Tayumi drops inside. Oh, they went for the pick, and Gaines will not get the touchdown. Tayumi comes back for the football and actually ducked back inside to make the play. His 8th tackle, 3rd and goal at the goal line.
The secondary was trying to pick that ball off to make it a pick 6. Gambled and came up snake eyes. Let's see what happens here on this 3rd and goal.
Could come again. Lloyd Graham Jr. is on the left side of the line. Gaines with 3 in the backfield. What's Wigmore going to do on 3rd and goal? He's going to throw it. And Gaines has enough room and a late hit touchdown. Baltimore in for 6.
And that's frustration right there with the late hit. There, I believe it was Han Tayumi there.
Yeah.
With the late hit. But that's just complete frustration. As you saw, the linebackers out there just getting sucked in. Then a little out route to T-Roy just finds enough space to tuck inside the pylon there. And Baltimore is going to extend their lead. And that's bad news for Mexico City.
Oh, and you have Graham Jr. on the left side of the line, and then you got T-Roy Gaines going out. Tayumi frustrated. What do you want me to do? You know, what more do you want me to do? I got 9 tackles already today and a pick. And obviously they need some help. 24-7. Baltimore playing one of their best games maybe ever. Impressive. 6.5 to go in the 4th. Mexico City, time to make a comeback. You're watching the SFL and 11 Sports and For the Fans. Six and a half to go, and Mexico City down 3 scores, but if any offense has the capabilities to come back, it would probably be this Aztec group. Mike Daggs is a dominant deep threat, and Jeffrey Daggs has had no room to return much of the day, only gets it out of the 22-yard line. Well, the community picked the road team today, and it looks like they're going to be right, 58% roughly, picking the Vultures on the road.
Which is surprising considering Mexico City coming in on a 2-game win streak and favored by 3.5. So good job by the community of picking really this upset.
Wilson to throw. Pass is caught to Richard Montague. First down. Tight coverage from Marvin Himes as Matt Wilson gets the offense moving.
Yeah, but Mexico City coming in with this 2-game win streak, beating Portland, and then 2 weeks ago having that emotional game against Vancouver. Maybe they're just running out of steam here late in this game. They'll recount Matt Wilson out.
Wilson again a little bit behind Bartley, and Frank Smith knocks it away. And boy, what a game we're going to have next week. The Lone Star Glory 4-4 are the next opponent for the Aztecs, who appear to be falling to 5-3. Then Tulsa and Queen City follow for the Aztecs. Obviously not an easy road, but that Mexico City Lone Star game, which by the way is the crowd play game of the week next Sunday at 4:30, is going to be a fun one. There's a flag on a jump, free play. Wilson going long. The pass is knocked down and incomplete. Looking for Daggs deep. He'll mark off 5.
Yeah, that game next week, if the score remains what it is right now, that could be a huge game because Lone Star's defense is tenacious. They have guys littered all over the leaderboard on defensive stats. So we'll see how they can react to this loss here to Baltimore if things go the way it's going.
Walker jumps, and on the other side, tough game for Baltimore next week too, at St. Louis. Talk about a tenacious defense, giving up 3 touchdowns I think in the last 5 games. Then they host Sioux Falls, and London is never an easy trip across the pond. So A bit of a rough ending stretch there for Baltimore as well, as Coral gets the carry and won't pick up anything. That wrap up by Nolan Pierce. It's been a little quiet, and it brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Nolan Pierce has had a quiet game with 4 tackles. I just see Troy Loshaw right there. 3rd and 5 coming up here for the Aztecs.
3 for 10 on 3rd down. Play fake. Pass knocked away. Stacking paper out of the slot. Stacking deflections. 4th down for the Aztecs, and I think you got to go for it.
If you have to go for it here with 4th and 5, you have 5 minutes to go. You're down at least 3 scores.
I'm shocked.
I mean, do you just I don't think you should pack it in with 5:23 left, but the defense is bending not break, so we can see what happens here. They're going to have to start gambling and taking a turnover here.
Oh, Bold gets away. Actually goes backwards. They give him forward progress to the 25-yard line with 5:14 to go in the football game. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorite team's jersey and visit team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at simulationfl.net. Just hit the shot button. Wigmore hits his receiver. 1st down to the 37-yard line. That's Irvin again. And that is not what Mexico City wanted out of their defense.
No, Wigmore is just playing. The confidence is just coming with every snap. Look at that perfect pass, only where he can get it. Katie Horrell with her 13th tackle of the game. That's not a good stat if you're in Mexico City, having her have 13 tackles. But they're in the gun here. They're trying to put this game away.
1st down and 10 at the 37. 4:40 to go in the 4th. Wigmore in some trouble. Wigmore just got rid of it. Now, on the one hand, it brings up just a 2nd down and 10. On the other, it does stop the clock. What would you rather have, Gerald?
I'd rather have, if you're going to go for the throat here, the incomplete pass is fine. If the way your defense is playing right now, I think that's why they're trying to take some chances here, because their defense is just playing lights out. So I don't see an issue with that play call.
Gains to the outside, and it played much better there by Dexter Jackson for Mexico City, but tackled inbounds. 3rd and 9. There's the updated QB numbers. Wigmore having surprisingly the better day. 3rd and 9 here. This is the ball game, really.
You would have to say so. It's coming out in an eye. I would love to see if they're going to go for it. Mac Cheam has been your big-time receiver the whole game. Let's see if they go to number 88.
4:06 to go. Melting the clock away. They're going to run it. Gaines. I don't think Mexico City was expecting it. Get off me, says T-Roy Gaines. 1st down to the Vulture 48-yard line.
T-Roy says, boom. Look at those. The defensive players getting pushed out of the way. Great run there by T-Roy Gaines to extend this drive. I wasn't expecting to see a draw play there, but what a play call.
The Vultures today suffocating on this Aztec team that lost its ground game, kind of found it in the 3rd quarter, but the passing game just not as effective as the Aztecs would have hoped. Less than 200 yards today for Matt Wilson. You don't often see that. 1st down and 10. Wigmore fires out to Gaines on a check down. Gaines, look at the burst. T-Roy Gaines, 1st down to the 42-yard line. Clock keeps moving.
McClintock again blocking on the outside, just dominating that left side of the line. But I'll tell you what, just Baltimore has just been so impressive today on all facets of the ball. So great job to them, and great job for them trying to end this game, not just sitting on the football.
1st and 10 at the 42. Baltimore well on their way to improving to 6-2 towards the top of the standings. T-Roy Gaines is loose, breaks a tackle, and T-Roy has a TD, and it's 30-7, and the route is on.
What a run. And once again, you got to give credit to the offensive line here. Watch number 72, Vincent, pulling the guard, going down over there, making that big block right there on Jeffrey Daggs. Then you see another block there by Mac Chima to free him after he breaks the tackle. Just clinical precision there by the wide receiver and offensive lineman there just to spring T-Roy Gaines. And that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. 30-7 Baltimore.
Matt Wilson's lowest production in the passing game this season came in a win against Chicago in week 1 when they didn't need him as much. 285 yards. Today, unofficially, 158. And Mexico City in their house, beaten by Baltimore now for the 4th time as we revisit the series history. Baltimore now 4-2 all time in the series, and they won the turnover battle today again. The 2 interceptions for Mexico City. If you count the fake punt turnover, that's 3 turnovers to just Baltimore's 1. Gaines took care of the football. Ends up with 133 yards on 18 carries. And Daggs will return it. Out past the 20. Daggs almost got away. The 27-yard line.
Oh, number 24 there. You just earned your paycheck, because if you got away from him, that was gone. But that's really the only, I don't even think that could be a bright spot, just a return game for Mexico City. But like you said, T-Roy Gaines, 3 touchdowns today. Unbelievable.
Wilson out of the gun. He will look across the middle. That pass is complete to Barrett. Nice pocket there, given by the offensive front of the Aztecs. 2:10 to go. Some backups are out there now for Baltimore. Wilson trying to make this look a little bit more respectable. Didn't like the slant. Dumps it off to Brewski and stops the clock, and that's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I think that was just get it to save your timeout. But yeah, that was, they're not, the secondary is just playing off him now, trying not to get beat deep. Like you said, the second teamers are coming in here, just trying to get some experience. So great game today by this Baltimore defense, offense, special teams, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, Baltimore hasn't really had to play too much outside the hash marks, and they needed more of that from Daggs much of the day. 2-minute warning. Baltimore 31, Mexico City 7. A stunner here to cap a triple header of SFL action today. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be right back. Third down and inches, 2 minutes to go. Mexico City trying to save face here. Maybe chase the over-under, although they need plenty to get there. That pass is knocked down at the line by Dennis Isaac, the backup defensive end to force fourth down. Who isn't playing well today for Baltimore?
My gosh, maybe they did. Maybe they didn't drink the water there, but I'll tell you what, they're just and I think Wilson's just totally just shaking. He had a wide open receiver in the flat and just totally missed him.
Fourth and inches, they got to go for it, and the pass is caught. That's Punk out of bounds to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Punk was open on the last throw, and Wilson just to me just way too many passes across the middle of the field for this Mexico City offense. They needed to throw the ball out wider. I think that was really their downfall because they were throwing it in the middle of a defense that is swarming, and that's why you have no touchdowns and 2 picks.
First and 10 at the 36. 3 receivers out wide. Going down the middle again. Baltimore really playing prevent now, though. They'll give them that all day. That pass hauled in for the first time by number 13, Nicholas Daggs. And that pass is caught by Bartley over the middle, matriculating down the field now to the Baltimore 15. Bartley and Daggs up top along with, looks like Montague, and then actually, nope, that's Montague, bottom of the screen, nearly scored a touchdown, tackled at the 1. Giovanni Bolt prevented the 6 points. Daggs finding a rhythm against mostly reserves here late. And his pass to the back of the end zone is picked. And right in the hands of Bolt. That's the second interception for Bolt. He now has 5 in the last 2 weeks and on another deflection.
Yeah, another pick, but doesn't this just sum up Mexico City's game? That's just the epitome of their game today, with Phoenix getting hurt early and just not being able to move the ball. When you do move the ball, you make a silly turnover. So par for the course for the Aztecs for this game.
Handoff. All backups in now. This is Damon Morehouse, and Mexico City will burn a timeout. Teams do not like to leave anything hanging. Gerald, as they'll try to get the stop.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get some of their defensive players here to try to maybe work on some things for next week, because nothing worked this week for their defense.
Create a backfield. They're going to throw. That pass is caught for no gain by Morehouse, but Adam Jefferson getting some action.
You might not like them throwing the football right here, but it's going to be, you got to get your guys thinking that, okay, especially like what happened with Phoenix Jones. If, one of your star guys gets hurt, if Wigmore gets hurt, he's got to get in the rhythm of the offense. I have no problem with it. It's not like they were throwing the ball 30 yards deep.
You never know when your name's going to get called. Third down and 5. Handoff Morehouse. He's stuffed. Horrell on the stop. Great get. It's going to be overshadowed because of the loss, but KT Horrell with 15 tackles today, a deflection, a tackle for loss. Tremendous game for KT.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots, along with Han Tayumi, who has a pick and 12 tackles. Dutch Jackson having 10, but great game for KT Horrell. Unfortunately, is going to go for naught, as they're going to be in the loss column for the 3rd time this year.
Daggs gets it up to the 44-yard line. One more reset. We're back to Mexico City in a moment. This is the Simulation Football League. 49 seconds left as we round out this triple header of action here in the SFL. Week number 8 of 12 in the regular season. October is playoff football. It's also SFL-M football. Plenty of action all year round in the SFL, and can't wait for the temperatures to get a little cooler here down south at headquarters. Mike Daggs makes the catch. 40 seconds left. Ticking away. 2nd and 1. Wilson now over 200 yards, finds Daggs, has a first down to the 35. What do you think, Gerald? They're going to put it in?
The way I'd like to see him put in to make it a little bit better for their offense, but I'm just afraid if they drive down the field, it's going to end up in the hands of another white jersey. As you said, Matt Wilson now over 230 yards. But how many of these were garbage time yards when the game was out of reach? Matt Wilson now 251 on 22 for 35. So I'd like to see him put some points on the board here to save face, but it's been a rough game for Matt Wilson and this Mexico City offense.
The end zone has been elusive. They scored on the first drive of the game, if you recall, as Montague makes the catch. They're quickly up to spike it with 11 seconds on the clock. Unfortunately, the over-under and the spread don't really matter whether they score or not. That's what would make this exciting, but both a little out of reach here today.
Yeah, I just they haven't, after that touchdown, they even haven't a chance at a field goal. That's how great Baltimore's defense has been playing.
4 receivers for Wilson. Audible outside. Changed the hot route out to Barrett. Oh, but Barrett spun back in bounds. And that'll be the last play, and that is the definition of what Mexico City has been going through today. Your final 31-7. Baltimore, an incredibly impressive performance here on the road, something incredibly difficult to do. And the Vultures are now 6-2. They join Jacksonville, Louisiana, and Denver at the top of the standings.
Did you see right there the telltale sign? Look at that time of possession. 11 minutes more for Baltimore. What didn't Baltimore do successfully today? They moved the football great. Jack Wigmore, another great game. His second straight game over 96 in QBR. This one, 99.8. He really outshined Matt Wilson, who has more yards, but most of them came in garbage time. T-Roy Gaines coming in, 3 touchdowns on 27 touches, 133 yards with that big 42-yard run late in the game to really ice it. You see him breaking tackles right there. The offensive line was just stellar, making holes for him, blocking for Wigmore. The defense came up with big sacks when they needed to. They only had 2, but it seemed like every time they made a sack, it took them out of field goal range. After that first drive, it was all Baltimore all day.
One last shout out to Ike McBride and Benjamin Warner, who did a tremendous job for us behind the scenes with our play-by-play stats. T-Roy Gaines is your player of the game, 129 yards on 18 carries and 2 touchdowns. He didn't have to touch the ball 32 times to score 3 touchdowns of 48, I guess, right, Gerald? So that number will go up. And for our entire crew and Gerald Giudice here in Mexico City, I'm Cameron Irvine saying good afternoon. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you Monday night starting at 7 Eastern, Queen City, Sioux Falls. Have a great night, everybody. Goodbye.